I think the hardest thing right now is I still don't know what the rules are, the parameters around the rev share. So, if you're a coach who doesn't care about saying something and then having to go back on it, it's really a great time. You can promise someone $700,000 and then pay them 50 and say, if you were like, man, I really don't want to say something I can't follow up on. It's a hard time to make a lot of promises when you don't know. Is third party NIL really going to be gone? Is it going to be around? Is rev share going to happen? So I just think it's a time of great uncertainty, but also looks like there might be some certainty. I think I've never felt more like third party NIL might be limited than I do now. I've always kind of like, I don't know about that. I think there's a chance of it happening, so I'm preparing for that. Whereas before it was like offer, take, recruit. Now it's what's the value? Like how much you want to pay for this and this player and this position. And so, but there's so many unknowns. So I think it limits maybe like, hey, how many players are you going to take? The 105, how that all plays out is going to be interesting too. So we are, I think, probably just being very measured right now, trying to figure out, how exactly this goes. And with the knowledge of, most kids, commit after the, June visits. Even if they've committed now, some kids commit and then they're still going to take 5 visits. I mean, it's just a different world. So we're prepared to, have great June visits, and then we're prepared to recruit all the way up until signing day and be as aggressive as anybody in the country. It's just right now we're just making sure they're the right people because there's a different value associated now. Now it's no longer just a scholarship. It's, hey, what are we willing to do beyond that? And that's, there's a lot of schools that have benefited from unlimited bank accounts. If this is limited, then it changes everything. You know what I mean? So, as I said to everybody the other day, if every team gets, let's just say in 2026, if every team gets 16 million and every kid wins 500,000, you can have how many players? And the staff, a couple guys said pretty quickly, 32. You have 32 players make money. So for every recruit that wants 500 grand, there's only 32 spots of that. So, how are you going to break this up? And that's where Pat's going to be so valuable, because this is his world. His world is, there's lots of guys who can evaluate. There's lots of guys who can recruit. His world is valuation. Hey, where do we put people? And so I think we're going to be really limited in terms of how we do it. I think camps are going to have different, more value than ever, because camps, not only you find out who you want, you're also finding out when you watch them live, like what's their value, early on. You're going to win. The teams that win will probably win with older players, kind of like you're seeing in basketball. But to get them in the door, you're going to have to be willing to know what you're going to recruit them for. So